What's up, world? Welcome to a new episode of the BrandonJaneauShow. As you know, I am Brandon Janeau, and like always, on all podcast platforms everywhere, it's BrandonJaneauShow. Social media platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook, BrandonJaneauShow. On Facebook, it's the BrandonJaneauShow. I don't know why, but it's the BrandonJaneauShow. And on YouTube channel, BrandonJaneauShow. Thank you to everybody that has been subscribing, viewing. Appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoy this episode. So let's get into it, man. Tonight's episode is point of view of random shit. Um, so a lot has been going on with this entertainment world, man. And whew, shit, what's been going on, man? This entertainment world, man. Um, a lot of things have been going on. One story that is continuously going is um, Travis Kelsey, the tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs, two-time Super Bowl champ, one of the best goddamn football players in the league, and Taylor Swift. And listen, I don't know if they're dating. I don't know if they are or they're not. I think I said this last time I did point of view of random shit. I can't remember, but I don't know if they're dating. If they are, who cares? If they're not, who cares? I think Travis Kelsey and his brother Jason, I think they know. I think they know people are interested in this, and they keep feeding into it. It could backfire. It definitely could backfire. Um, but I don't care. I think Sports Center now running this story and all of these things. If they are dating, great. I'm happy for them. If they're not, this is kind of stupid for you to continue to use her name just to get publicity. And that's a bad thing. I don't think that's a smart thing. And there's no way in hell that for Taylor Swift to just not hear her name every damn day get brought up. Now it's fucking sports. You know what I'm saying? Like even that's now a thing. So for her name to get brought up every damn day, for them not to have some interaction, they gotta have some interaction. I'm assuming they have to have some conversation somewhere, like because there's no way in hell that this shit is just this goddamn blatantly random as fuck, and she doesn't hear it or she doesn't even respond to it. Like that's kind of thing. Now she probably would put it in the album and say about it or something, but the fact that she hasn't said, and again, she doesn't have to give anybody a right to if she wants to respond to this shit or not. But that's what this world is right now, where it's like if she doesn't say something, and he's out here doing interviews and saying shit now. My nigga is this. I don't think they're dating, but at the same time, if they are, good for them. Um, Good for them, I guess. I don't know, but good for them, I guess. But that shit just is. I'm getting tired of seeing it every day, like every fucking day. Like now it's interrupting my sports. I'm so fucking tired of this shit. Like now it's interrupting my sports. Now I'm like when this shit is a topic on like sport networks, it's like come on, nigga, really? Like really? All the time? Come on, bro. Like stop this shit. It's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. Speaking of sports, perfect topic to get right into this. So Stephen A. Smith, if you watch sports like I do, you know who Stephen A. Smith is. Um, the co-debater, the lead debater on First Take on ESPN every morning from Monday through Fridays, pretty much. Um, and he's been going on various podcasts, excuse me, and been speaking on the departure of um, his former partner, former debater, Max Kellerman. He's been speaking on it, right? And he said something on Joe Budden's podcast, which is the reason why he's been getting a lot of people have been taking shots at him on social media. Various old colleagues of both of them have been, pretty much dissing him. Um, and you know, my thing is this. Now, when Max Kellerman got the opportunity to be on First Take, um, I was like, okay, that's what's up. I watched Max on Sports Nation, and I've seen Max on other things. Of course, boxing. If you watch boxing, HBO Sports, he was literally like the lead analyst for boxing, um, lead commentator for boxing on HBO Sports. He still is actually, and yeah. So Stephen A. said, on Joe Budden's podcast, pretty much, he didn't like working with Max. Didn't like it. He thought it was yeah. He said he didn't like working with him. He said it didn't feel like the right setting every time they got out on TV and talked. Um, their personalities didn't match. Um, how do I feel about what is going? But like I said, people been taking shots at Stephen A. ever since this interview has come out. Now it's starting to really get attraction on on social media. And like I said, I watched First Take with Max. I watched First Take when it was Stephen A. and Skip. I watched First Take when it wasn't even called First Take. It was called Cold Pizza. I watched that sport and debate show for as long as I've been watching sports. I've watched that show. My feeling on this is this. As a fan of First Take, I feel like they never did match. They never did. Now, if you're a Stephen A guy or you're a Max guy, I don't care. But I feel like at the end of the day, Stephen A was the one that actually physically had to deal with dude. Period. He had to work with him. He also had final say on who was going to be his co-host. He gave Max an opportunity, and if he felt like the show wasn't progressing with Max, that's his call. Right or wrong, that's his call. Now, I actually, like I said, I like First Take when Max was on it. I actually thought it was a good debate, but there was times where I felt like Max would say something, and you would be like, "What the what? What did he get that question? Like, did he understand the question? Like when he's at the fucking NBA Finals and somebody asked him, like, if you were to go to State Warriors, who would be the person that would take the last shot? And this nigga literally looked at everybody and said, Andre Iguodala. like, like the fuck? What? like, you have Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. I think at that time they had Kevin Durant. This nigga literally said on camera, if you're to go to State Warriors and it was the last shot in the NBA Finals, who would you want taking the shot? And this man literally said Andre Iguodala. Fuck, yo, what the fuck? Like, nigga, what the fuck you just say? Or when he said when they was talking about the clutch, who's the most clutch? He was like, my money on the line, and it's the most clutch. Give me Kawhi Leonard over Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. He said, give me Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard, who's missed over 100 games the last, what, 2 seasons? He was like, give me Kawhi Leonard over Kobe, Michael Jordan. Shit, even KD and LeBron. He was like, give me Kawhi Leonard. What? Shit like that will make you say, what the fuck are you talking about? And again, I'm seeing this as what people are doing nowadays. And this is this. If you like a person, y'all gonna always support that person. And that's cool. That's great. But y'all don't know Max. Y'all don't know him. He seems cool. Seems cool as a motherfucker. But Stephen A had to work with this fucking man. And if he feels in his heart of heart that his show was getting stale and the ratings wasn't hitting what it was when he had even a Skip, and Skip debates were fucking terrible. Like what Skip would say, Skip still got a show. And this nigga still got terrible debates. This motherfucker got terrible fucking takes. But he still got a show. And that's the thing. But here's my thing. It's not like Max Kellerman didn't land on his feet. He actually ESPN just moved him off of First Take and gave him his own fucking show. They gave him his own show. And guess what happened? It got canceled. They not only did they give him his own show, they gave him two shows. They gave him the Max on Boxing, which he would just talk about boxing, and they gave him another show. I can't even remember what the fuck the show name was nowadays. But it came on right after the 11 o'clock ESPN. It came on right after First Take and ESPN and Sports Center, and then it was right to his show. I can't remember what the fuck that show was. I can't fucking remember. But um, it wasn't Get Up. It was like First Things First. No, it wasn't First Things First. What the fuck is that name of that show? I literally uh catch something. It was like, but y'all know what I mean. Like it was like a show right after that shit. But Max got a show right after that. That is how much ESPN did value him. They gave him two shows, Max on Boxing, and they gave him his own show where he can be the host. And the ratings dipped. So clearly Stephen A was right that the show of First Take with Max Kellerman didn't fucking work. It didn't work because nobody cared about their opinions. Now, at the time when Max kind of got on the show, you got to realize, like, at that time, the country was going through a lot. And so a lot of people that T.O. saying some crazy shit, like telling this man to his face, like, Max is more black than you are. That's disrespectful as fuck to a black man. You saying a white man is more black than I am? When I live every day as a black man, and y'all are also seconding that shit, like, yeah, that's fucked up, bro. Like, that is a black man for the rest of his fucking life. I don't give a fuck if you feel like he's an Uncle Tom or whatever. That's still a fucking black man. You telling me a white man is more black than he is? That's fucking crazy. That's nuts. T.O. was fucking wrong for that shit. And he know he was fucking wrong for that shit. And y'all seconding that shit and y'all agreeing with that shit is more fucked up. Like that's fucked up as a black man. If I get told I'm not black, but this white dude is, the fuck? Because I don't agree with you. And that's the fucked up part. Y'all do that shit. Because I don't agree with you. You want to attack personal. That's fucked up. So yeah, that shit was fucked up. You know. But here's the thing. First Take is doing great. Stephen A. Smith found a way to capitalize on some shit. And that is Shannon Sharp. And right now, to be honest with you, I take Shannon Sharp in First Take over the Max and Kellerman in First Take. Like I think it was a bit, but that's again, like I'm saying, Max is gonna land on his feet. He still got HBO. He can still do shit on HBO. But when they gave him his own show, and I used to watch it, I'm not gonna sit there and act like I didn't watch it. I used to watch the show, but you can tell he wasn't good at that shit. He wasn't good at it, and you could tell like he's good at doing little quick little spurts and shit. When it was boxing, he was great at it because he is a boxing analyst. That's what the fuck he's great at. But various other sports, one thing about sports that I will always say, and this now is really starting to piss me off because there's a lot more motherfuckers that are doing this, and I wish they would stop doing this. But sports should not. I don't give a fuck if you're an analyst. You should not be fucking biased to the point where you are completely oblivious to what the fuck the real team look like. That shit is pissing me the fuck off with a lot of these sports analysts nowadays. Because you motherfuckers are biased. Like super fucking biased. And it is so fucked up. Stop doing that shit. Like, damn. It's that, man. But Max would be on this show and be like, the Giants are gonna be great this year. The Giants lost 40-0 week one and barely beat a team that we all know is tanking this year, and they had to come back in that game. But he would get on his show and be like, "Tell me the Giants are gonna be great this year." Like, no. Why the fuck would I lie to you like that? Why would I lie to American people like that? No, they're not gonna be great this year. But that's the thing. But I think people that are literally saying this shit and like dissing Stephen A. for what he felt, that's what he felt. He actually had to work with that fucking man. Regardless, we're audience. We're the audience. So we're watching this shit and be like, yeah, Max was killing this shit. But when they were in prep and he had to get up in the morning and go to that studio and had to do prep with this man, we don't know what the fuck the stories really was. We don't know what the fuck was going on. And maybe when they got on camera, it fucking flipped. We don't know. But for us to sit here and say, oh man, I don't like Stephen A. This is why, and Max killed it, and Max was better than you. It, for a fair perspective, we're going to root for the guy that got the boot. If he completely didn't do something that we would also deem offensive, or and I don't want to say offensive because that's, but to that person that hurts their progress and hurts their show. So for that, I can't get mad at Stephen A. for feeling like I needed to do this for this show. And if that is the case, his show is still alive. Max is not on TV. I guess he was right. I'm just saying, look at what the fuck it is. Max is not on TV anymore to that capacity, but First Take is still alive and pulling in ratings. So clearly, Stephen A. was right. You can hate it, you can hate the shit, but it's true. What else has been going on in this crazy ass world? Oh, so I didn't talk about this. I wanted to talk about it, but I'll talk about it now. So Cardi B and Nicki Minaj are beefing, and now their husbands are in it. It's one thing when your women are beefing and you're out of it. But and here's the thing about this situation, man. Y'all are grown ass people. This is, and I know we got personal somewhere earlier, like a couple years ago. Cardi said Nicki liked a couple tweets that was kind of suggesting Cardi wasn't a good mom. That's fucked up. That is the truth. That's fucked up. I don't know what the fuck this new beef kicked into. I don't know how their husbands got into this shit. I don't know. But y'all two women need to go sit down somewhere and actually have a real fucking conversation. Because this shit is going to end bad for someone. And I think, and it's just started. And you now have Nicki Minaj's husband who now is on house arrest because of it, because threatening Offset on fucking social media. Which again, why the fuck are y'all threatening people on social fucking media? It's literally for everybody to see. Yes, even your parole officer. The fuck are you doing? I don't understand that shit. I don't understand it. But them two need to go sit somewhere and actually have a real conversation. This all started from music. It all started from music, bro. Like it started from an entertainment purpose. And y'all have, and it turned personal. But Nicki was gone, and Cardi, you ran it, and it, it's crazy. And now Nicki's back, and Cardi's still here, and it's ridiculous that y'all are now letting y'all husbands get involved in this shit. Y'all two need to squash this shit. Personally, this is ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense for you two to get to this point and now have real beef, and now your husbands are threatening each other. This shit is ridiculous. The fuck are you doing? I don't. Yeah, this is gonna end bad. I don't like how this is going. And I know people gonna sit here when this post and do some of these things. Y'all gonna sit there and say, man, this ain't going bad. This is just entertainment. They just trying to sell records and shit. Until somebody dies or somebody gets in it tries to do physical harm. And here's the thing, it doesn't have to be Offset and Nicki Minaj's husband. It could be somebody that just fuck with Nicki heavy. It could be somebody that fuck with Cardi heavy. that sees Nikki out, or sees Cardi out, or see Offset out, or see her husband out, Nikki husband out, and want to do something on the merits of being a fan. Like we don't act like fandom isn't the craziest fucking case of acting an ass. So they need to fucking squash this shit. Stop letting the fucking internet be in this shit for you. Y'all two need to go somewhere and actually have a real conversation. Real shit and real soon. Cause this shit could turn entertainment trying to sell records purposes to violins, flower bringing, funeral arrangements. What's the last one I want to talk about? The last story I want to talk about? Sorry. Oh, I want to talk about this one. This is funny as shit. I just want to talk about this because this is funny. Um, so Lil Baby and Blueface are dissing each other. What the fuck is going on in this world? Blueface and Lil Baby are dissing each other. Who the fuck had that on their bingo cards for 2023 of diss, of rivalries, like of beef, like Lil Baby and Blueface? What the fuck? Um, I don't know how this shit started. I really don't care how it started. For somebody like a Lil Baby who had the game on lock a couple years ago, for you to entertain a nigga like Blueface, it's the weirdest shit in the planet. Like I don't understand this shit. I don't understand it. Why are you going back and forth with this nigga? I don't get it. Blueface, I don't really listen to his music. I'm not even gonna act like I do. I don't even know what type of songs this nigga make. Outside of literally the Tatiana shit, that's about it. I've not heard another song for Blueface. He remixed Outside, which you know didn't need a Blueface on that shit at all. Mo3 killed that shit and didn't need to remake it. We're good on that. Mo3 did great on Outside. We did not need a Blueface remix. But this is stupid. This is so dumb. Speaking of two niggas that need to just shut the fuck up and squash shit, that is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Like I don't know. I think the way it was put, Blueface got mad at Lil Baby because he was trying to DM his girl, then and then Lil Baby said, "Nigga, that ain't true," and then that shit just escalated. Either way it goes, nigga, what the fuck? Who cares? You two niggas are grown ass men with kids. Put that shit to fucking bed. Cause this shit makes no sense. Lil Baby need to get back to making music. Blueface need to get back to making whatever the fuck Blueface makes. It just, yeah, it's ridiculous, man. I don't get this shit. But all in all, man, Hollywood is crazy. This shit is ridiculous. The entertainment world is fucking nuts. Um, oh, finally, um, Joe Jonas, of the Jonas Brothers, Joe Jonas of the Jonas Brothers is divorcing his wife, Sophie Turner of Game of Thrones, and she sued him today and said, "I want my kids. They have two kids. I want my kids in London with me. You took our kids without my permission." Well, which is kind of weird because that's their father, and I don't think he needs your permission to take his kids. But do you think? Um, man, this is gonna end bad. I think it's gonna be one of the worst Hollywood, one of the messiest Hollywood divorces, and I don't really like saying that shit either because a lot of people use that shit. This is gonna be so bad, but I think them two have been on the outs for years, and they just never really explained it. They had a kid, and then they had another kid, and I think they try to just make it work for the kids, but that is never going to be a good situation when you're trying to force a relationship just because you have kids. If y'all don't work. If she wants to live in London, but you are touring the world with your brothers, it's not gonna work. And my thing is this: if she feels that she's in a better position to take care of the kids, she probably is, man. She's the mother. until she does something that's completely and utterly just crazy or some batshit thing that makes you feel like no, the kids are not in a good place with her. She's the mother. She's been taking care of the kids for the last couple of years. I'm pretty sure she gave birth to them. I'm pretty sure she can take care of her kids. Now, how this is going, I don't know. I think this is, like I said, it's gonna be a messy divorce. Um, she sued him today. I don't know if this is gonna. I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't know how crazy this is going to get, but it's going to get crazy. It's going to be pretty bad because I think that at the end of the day, at the end of the day, they probably fell out of love at some point before they had their second or maybe their first kid. They fell out of love. They did like three weddings, some shit like that. And they probably was never going to be together for a long time. But like I said, you have kids, you try to force it, you try to make it work, and it just doesn't work. And now you have this situation that you have right now, you know. And of course, I'm not married. I don't have kids. I've never been married. I'm single as hell. But at least I know that I'm not gonna force myself to be in a situation with someone just because I have life with that person. I want my life to see both of us happy. And if we're not happy together, at least you can see us happy separate. And that is what you need to do for your kids. Because at the end of the day, man, you could leave an effect like this where you're suing the fucking co-parent for literally custody of your kids, even though you're getting divorced. And then you hear like she say, I didn't even know we were getting divorced until I saw it in the media. That type of shit is not good. Which I think they had a conversation before, but she probably didn't take him serious or whatever the case may have been. But this is gonna get bad and it's gonna get bad fast. So yeah. Anyway, this has been the BrandonJaneauShow. Point of view of random shit. Hope you guys enjoyed this. And I'll see you guys soon. Peace.